Awesome. Hi guys. I hope you guys are doing really well. We've got Tio, we got Mu saying hi. With the Iran, we talk about seasonality wise, using our step two trading strategy. Things kind of always happen in what? In March, Corona happened in March, tariffs last year happened in March. Almost every single thing, crazy things kind of always happen in March. It's not so crazy, it's just normal. Even Ukraine, when Ukraine was fighting, Russia in February 2022. It's also happened in March. So are using our step two of our repeatable historical pattern strategy. So a lot of our students kind of prepare for that. A lot of our students kind of not buying anything, kind of get ready for a huge discount. We have one students, we have quite a lot of students as well, show a lot of I wouldn't say sure. I would say sell a lot of their stocks if they've been investing for quite a long time. They sell it in December, they sell it in November, they sell it in January, and kind of get ready for a certain situations as well. Like we have students who cash out their pensions and stuff like that a little bit, where to get ready for a nice market opportunities like that. Yeah. So yeah, like for example, we ask a lot of our students to kind of when during extreme greed time, like last year in November, in December, even in October time, that crypto was right at the top, just right there, just above 100. And just kind of ask students to be a bit patient there. And it went down really, really nicely ever since. And a lot of people are trying to buy at 80K. 80K is okay. And it continues to come down. Today is probably at 66, 67, 68K for Bitcoins as well. Ethereum is probably around 201900 as well. People often ask me, so in this session, we're really going to talk about what's happening right now. And okay, Raven, a lot of your predictions has been going quite nicely, like because we've been doing it for quite a long time using our eight-step trading strategy. And what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about what is the next step right now. What should we buy and what should we stop, or what should we sell, kind of things like that today. Okay, so really, really exciting. And so that's kind of what happened just right here. Just to recap back to kind of let you know kind of what kind of things has been happening. So last Tuesday we have a call. Okay, let me just share my screen a little bit. So a lot of people say, "Hi, Dio, Moose, Rob, Rupa. I hope you guys have doing Rob long time and well done, Rob. Apa, Louis, Janus, Nas. Nas is asking, can't see your IG, can't see the past videos. Yeah, I see under maintainer should be back quite soon." And we have Nora, we have Laura, we have Kenny. You add me on WhatsApp so you can see my story on WhatsApp. So on WhatsApp story. Every day I post it. Evelyn, we have Claire, Nas, Al, Chris, Rushma, and hi everyone. Awesome. Hi Musta, how are you doing? Well. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna share our screen real quick. Let's see. Um, Now let's share our screen just right here. Hi, Ovin, long time. Cool, awesome. So let's get kind of like straight into it right now. Yeah, exactly what we talk about. You can see crypto was just right at the top, just right there. And this is since in July, August and October. If you remember, extreme greed happened in July, kind of last year, and it's been coming down really, really nicely there, stuff like that. So the question is, what should we and students already sell a lot of, take some profits as well. If you're anything in between, I wouldn't have asked you to do anything. Yeah, I would ask you to just stay on board if you're in between. Okay, so it's fine because in between, no one actually knows what's gonna happen if you're in between. If you bought it at 80, 90, or when we met, you are at 80, 90, and stuff like that, I would ask you to just keep it because no one actually know what's gonna happen. Yeah. Unless we kind of, as a trader and investor, you really have your edge when it's at the top or it's at the bottom. Okay. So that's kind of what happened. So today, in order to know where the stock is going to go and stuff like that, we kind of have to look at what happened to previous wars. Yes, we have to look at what happened to previous war. Normally, I would just use my memory because I've been, seeing so many wars, and wars actually happen every single year, literally. Every single year, there's kind of war. We have Hamas and whatever wars like probably last Palestine last year. We have Ukraine 2022. We got so many kind of different wars, and even tariffs is also a kind of wars as well. Yeah. So last week's as well, we go through some earning guidance, we recommend students to buy and sell kind of some stocks on our weekly trainings as well by reading some of a lot of things. And if you look at, like, for example, last week we recommend students to short FanB because this is 24th of February. Lots of students already did that. If you do the homework, when you come to this call, try to do the homework if you can. Yeah, just go market screener, really try to find out some guidance that's really, really huge. And because of that, using our ASAP trading strategy, we say one of 23 drop profits. Yeah, it's been coming down quite nicely there as well, together with some major ones as well. Expect a record loss. And it's actually been coming down quite nicely just right here, oops, like Fendi just right there. Yeah. So when we talk about them, it is it's at around there, and it's been coming down every single day kind of since, because the guidance is so huge, like it's kind of never seen before. So whenever we come on Tuesday call, you just have to ask, oh, what to buy, what to sell. Just go market screener and trying to find, trades has never really seen before. Expect a net profit of 185 before, down 23% from a year previously, according to that as well. Yeah. we can't really find on IG, I think. Yeah, can't really find this on IG. Yeah, cool. So we also talk about buying some stocks, like some petroleum stocks, like oil stocks, in the past 2 to 3 weeks time, if you remember. And the reason why we talk about buying them, first for all, is because of our season. Yeah, it's about because of our season. Our step two process. We go to equity clock, and you look at energy. Kind of some stocks has been quite low. We didn't know a war is gonna happen. No one knows. No one know. No one know unless you are Donald Trump's best friend or you sleep with Donald Trump. Then probably you're gonna know from that. Okay. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known it. Okay. So we talk about buying this like 2 to 3 weeks ago, and some students already own them and they go up big time. If you have bought it, type in the chat box if you bought it 1 to 3 weeks ago when we talk about it. Yeah, if you remember. So we also talk about shorting. So the questions, very normal questions like Ken was asking, is it good time to buy right now for this type of beautiful? We bought it just right at the bottom there, and it went up really, really nicely just right here. So the question is it good time to buy right now? Let me just tell you what happened to Iran and all of that. You don't need to know this. You don't need to know this. The charts and stuff like that kind of will tell you. But let me tell you a little bit of story about Iran. So in January time, what happened? In January time, Trump was coming out and say, you know what, guys, let's attack Venezuela. And Venezuela got attacked, and they take their oil, and they asked Chevron, asked a lot of these Halliburton, asked a lot of these oil companies to go to Venezuela to kind of like take their oil and do things like that. Yeah. So, and let me just show you a little bit there. Um, that's kind of what happened. So there is a asking to go in like that, and when it goes in, you just spike up big time like that. And we ask you not to get in straight away when you spike up. You always want to wait for the pullback, because if you get in then, it will be the same price as where you were today. So it was exactly the same. So what happened here was much better thing to do is to wait for a pullback, wait for a pullback, and then you can get into the pullback like that. Okay, so don't chase the news. Just remember, sometimes when markets already reacted, that means it's already priced in. Okay, it's already priced in. The more it reacted, I would say 10%, 20%. It didn't jump 10%, 20%. When you move out like 10%, 20%, it's a lot of things are already priced in. So again, so priced in, that means you can't just get in. You are the last person already. Yeah. Making money from trading and investing is, especially in a short period of time, it's not really about, oh, everyone is buying, let me buy. It's not really like that. It's really about you thinking what hasn't priced in yet and what's gonna happen. Okay. Like for example, so yeah, so that's kind of what happened. They started to take a lot of oil coming back down, and then it just going out a little bit, and then suddenly, like a week time, what happened? Trump decided to attack Iran with numerous reasons because of numerous reasons, and people can speculate what kind of reasons they are. But one of the reasons, obviously, he said he wants to create a peace in the in the world where so that Iran is not coming with all these bomb and shit like that. So atomic bomb and shit like that. So they do the talk on Thursday. They do a talk, and the talk will be like, okay, we are doing the talk, and then the talk didn't go to the way that he wants, and then he started to tweet out and say, guys, Iran is not really doing the talk properly, and is quite frustrated. And then on Friday he bombed. So on Friday, the day after, he just bombed. So yeah, so that's kind of what happened. So airports and a lot of things that got shut down and things like that. And yeah, you don't need to know any of that. That's the good news. You really don't need to know any of that. But historically, this is usually what happened. I will show you kind of later on. If you remember, a lot of things are to talk about. But anyway, so oil kind of spike up big time, and then it went back up again, went back down again. Like it spiked up big time and went back down again. It's like as if the bomb never happens. It's as if the attack of Iran never happens. Yeah, so it just spiked up and then it went big time. This is Chevron. We did ask you to get into Chevron. Chevron is one of them, and ExxonMobil is one of the oil stocks as well. A lot of things are the same, as if the things never happened. Let me show you. So ExxonMobil is a bit better. It went up and then came back down and then went up and then yeah, this went back down like that. Occidental Petroleum is what we kind of talk about out of so many oil stocks. There's so many oil stocks. There's Shells as well. Let's go how Shell is doing. So many oil stocks. So Shell was like that, and then was like that, coming back down. Okay, Shell is okay. Shell is mainly in the UK. The one we kind of talk about is there's also Halliburton. There's also a lot of oil stocks, but yeah, Occidental Petroleum has been going. Yep, it's been going up really nicely and it's pulling back. So what's the reason for the pullback for recently, or actually just today, or in today there's a pullback. So this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So Friday, boom, doing went up big time and then started to pull back a little bit just right there. So what's the reason for the pullback and stuff like that? So let's say if it pulls back, then I will say it's quite a good price to get in. That means if it pulls back, that means imagine Iran never happens. That's kind of okay. Okay. So I would say write that down. A really nice price to buy Occidental is probably just below 5.1. Okay. If you can get in Occident just below 5.1, wow, you kind of got a kind of good deal. Yeah. And for elite students, you can do it. If you're not in the elite training, then you don't have to do it. It's much better for you to save your money and get into elite trainings. And yeah, that's just a lot better. But anyway, so that's kind of what happened. Just below 5.1 was kind of quite nice there. So what I also want to talk about is I want to talk about what happened usually during a training. So I mean using a war. So let's look at SP 500 a little bit. Let's talk about our Ukraine and Russia war a little bit. Okay. Ukraine and Russia war, because by studying that kind of what happens, you kind of know what happened then a little bit. Yeah. If you can pinpoint out, your homework is actually for you to go back and pinpoint out exactly for each of the war and what happened to the stock market. Yeah, really powerful things to do. But for example, one of the wars that we have is on the 22nd of February. This is the Ukraine Russia decided to attack Ukraine kind of war. Okay. So when it attacked like that, so the stock market was just going down massively. And then for the next 2 days, if you remember, it was actually on the 22nd of February, 23rd of February, just like that. Okay. It went down massively on that one day, which is kind of what happened on Friday. It went down massively. And then there's a weekend kind of happened. It went down as much as negative 2.5%, negative like 1.5%. And on Monday, it literally ends up in the green. Literally yesterday, it ends up in the green. And today is kind of like Tuesday like that. So usually it was continue to pull back like that. And then what happened is that this is March time. This is when the war, this is 2022. Yeah, this is at the bottom, 2022 March time. And then it went down like 6th of March, 7th of March, and it's really bottom at 8th of March. Okay. And then it's just like that, and it went up like that to 29th of March, and then extreme kind of greed kind of happens, and then it continue to comes down. This coming down is due to inflation now. A lot of things are piling up together. So this is due to inflation, it piling down, and yeah, it went to the bottom in kind of like June time. Okay. June time is where it's kind of first bottom and another bottom kind of winter rally in October time. Okay, so according to our step two trading strategies as well, everything kind of aligned quite nicely together. That's based on 2022, and we have a lot of different walls and stuff like that as well. So that's kind of what happened. And this is just a Ukraine war, okay? Ukraine kind of wars. And so you want to write that down. The worst situation, the worst case happen when you hear things that you never hear before. That's actually a time to buy. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the day after tomorrow. During a war, I'm going to teach you a strategy to do wars because we've analyzed World War One, we analyzed World War Two, we analyzed World War Three. The market kind of bottom when in World War II, for example. World War II, a lot of things happen. We have rushes and stuff like that. A lot of things happen. But the market's kind of bottom during Pearl Harbor attack. When someone attacked Pearl Harbor, that's the bottom. It's not even atomic bomb. When someone attacked Pearl Harbor, it's kind of like a bottom of the market. So usually the bottom of the markets kind of happen during a usually they will keep selling, 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 and when they attack, it will spike down immediately, big time at that moment, and then that's usually the bottom of the market. Okay, that's kind of usually what happens. And just to let you know, for those who are interested in timing the bottom a little bit, but you don't need to know that. You don't need to time the button quite powerfully. So just write it down a little bit. The worst, or the best time to actually buy anything is when the worst news you never heard before comes out. Out of sudden, you never heard before, and the worst news kind of comes out. It's like the economy got shut down, and in March as well. Really crazy things kind of happen in March during Corona time. So that's usually kind of the bottom of the market. Yeah. Let's show some graphs a little bit. War, bottom at the worst news. Let's see if we can find it. I will literally just put it on. Maybe we can't find it. Maybe we can find it. Should SP 500 chart. But we have so many wars. You can see so many wars, flash crash, and all so many wars. But eventually, all of these wars become nothing. So let's look at these pictures a little bit. What is this? Oh yeah, let's look at this picture. So we have the Russian-Ukraine war, and markets went down a little bit, and then it spiked up big time, and then kind of crazy things happen. Israel-Hamas conflict, same thing there, went down a little bit, and the next day after went up big time. So these wars is not gonna create like it's gonna be a catalyst, but what really gonna make a difference is like, oh, Fed. no longer wants to reduce their interest rate. Oh, inflation coming up now. We no longer want to reduce the interest rate. It's a really kind of economic stuff. It's not really about, oh, something happened, storm happened, hurricane happened, people die. It's not really about that. Yeah. So as sad as a lot of these wars are happening right now, I'm just letting you know kind of what normally kind of happens. Yeah. So you can see a lot of things are happening here 2009, 10, 11, 12. A lot of things, Ebola virus, people die. If it is not affecting economy so much, that's kind of quite fine. So I'm just talking about what's the reason that the oil kind of come back up a little bit. So basically, Iran really wants to shut down the oil. One of the channel, one of the river, one of the slot, yeah, that Iran is responsible for 20% of the oil for like the places like China and stuff like that. Yeah. So because of that, and just a few minutes ago during this call, yeah, today is like March time. A few minutes ago, Trump literally just tweeted and say, you know what? We're not gonna let the oil channels shut down. We're gonna have insurance, we're gonna have policies, and to let the oil channel continues to grow. Let me show you. Trump, Truth Social on insurance protection, you know, and stuff like that on the oil. Let's have a look if this comes up. Yeah, Trump offers US insurance military escort to energy tankers in the Mid East. So people think that oil is going to get shut down, but it doesn't really get shut down. So yeah, that's what he says. He's trying to provide insurance military escorts, so that things continue to do what's going to happen. Yeah, one of these places, Iran said, I'm going to shut that down and stuff like that. Yeah, he says that no, no matter what, United States will ensure the free flow of energy to the world. And yeah, this is just a few minutes ago, just before the training today. So that's kind of what happened. So I expect a pullback of the oil prices. So we're waiting for it to come down to a nice price. Okay. Now a lot of these oil, we could talk about last week. If you look at equity clock, or you go to our website, you will see when, or if you buy now, when is a good time to sell and stuff like that. Normal questions we all have. So January went up, February went up, March went up, spiked down a little bit. So wait for the pullback. April, May, June. So write that down. In June time, you kind of want to sell almost most of your energy and oil stocks. Okay. Cool. So that's kind of what happens. Some people trying to join this training, they can't join. Um, Yeah, so that's kind of happened. So that's kind of what happened just right there. We also look about shorting GBP and US dollar since quite a long time ago, if you remember, GBP to US dollar. And let's see. So that's where it is. Yep, GBP US dollar. We talk about an arrow here. I can show you the recordings on our YouTube channel. We talk about shorting this for since 2 to 3 weeks ago as well. It's been coming down really nicely. Let's talk about the reason why we recommend to short, so you can repeat the strategy again. Using our ASAP you're using our really powerful trading strategies as well. You can see this is the pound sterling is at the highest that it's ever been. Okay, one of the highest it's ever been. So it's at the top here in the past 10 years. Okay, past 10 years. So we decided to short just right there. And why do we decide to short US dollar? US dollar is the lowest it's ever been. If you are interested to make money on Forex, one of the most powerful strategy is to look at for the top, look at the bottom, and compile with our step two strategy. That's about it. That's the way to make a lot of money on Forex. Okay. So we've been shorting really, really nicely just right here as well. People will be like, oh, can I short today? Now, if you want to short today, you have to look at our pattern again. So let's just click on that on our GBP against US dollar. You will see usually it will continue to come down till like the first week of March. So probably not anymore. Okay. Probably start taking some profits out because if you short anything there today, you should be making profits already. Okay. So first of March like that. So it's supposedly to rally here. Um, okay, it's supposed to be to rally here, and then you can short it again probably in May time. Okay, in May time, and then the whole thing just come down like that. This is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. It will be a super nice if our GBP can comes down to the bottom here. That will be super nice, but it might not be so realistic. Yeah, it'll be super nice for GBP to be in there, come to the bottom there. So from what we are looking at there, it is first week of, so probably this Friday, or you're gonna extend it big temperatures next week. So yeah, take if you've been shorting, the take profit zone is can be this EMA line, EMA 500. If it touches there, you get out, you convert back your US dollar to pound sterling is quite kind of okay. Yeah. Or you can leave it some and let it go like that. But yeah, by the sign of pulling back just on this support line here. What numbers is that? 1,300, 1,003, 1.3, just there. Okay. Mm. Yeah, things are not always like a smooth line. Things are not always like a rocket. So they usually can come you can pull back before it come back since. Yeah. So hence converting your money is quite nice because it's a lot safer and you can use that money to buy stocks if you convert it from pound sterling to US dollar. Okay. So yeah, lots of students did that as well. And yeah, doing quite nicely and quite well just right there as well. Some people were showing us, what they've been doing and stuff like that. Occidental Petroleum are around 95K, GBP, US dollar. It was 1K, 3K, is now 17K like that. I personally make even more than that because I was literally converting quite a lot of money on IBKR on pound sterling to US dollar. But and that so yeah, so that's kind of what happened there. And so moving here from now, let's talk about what's happening right now. So this is where we are for SP5 kind of 100 here, okay? So SP500 just crashed around since the end of September. Actually, let's go to our website so you can see kind of what gonna happen. Just binghang.co.uk. And we're just gonna click on these two a little bit because some people want to know what to buy and what to sell, etc. So fear and greed, let's open that. Data, fear and greed, open insider, let's open that. Sentimental report. Let's open this as well. Child swap trading, crypto like that, and AAIN. Let's open all of them a little bit just to see what's gonna happen right now. Whenever you want to buy and sell something, I kind of always do that. Okay. So we are at fear stage of the economy now. Okay, we are at fear stages at around 33. We are around here. Okay. So people will be like, oh, what should I do when it's at fear stage? Should we buy now? Okay. So if you buy now during the fear stage, let me just show you would you make money or not based on the past. So we are here. If you bought here March 3, you are the same position as people who bought it in December 5th. Would you make money there? That's okay. It will be very similar to where we are. And then here October 3rd, if you bought it there, would you have made money? This is what 33. 33 was just a bit high there. 10 of February. 10 of what's this? Yeah, 10 of October. If you buy here, would you have make money? Um, it's okay. You're not gonna make huge amount of money. And then here was just gonna be May 1st. That was also quite good. So let's look at this website. This is a bit clearer. So here, and here, and kind of here. So fear is okay from what we see. It's not crazily bad. Let me just show you a little bit. So let's look at last time when we have around that stage, which is around here. Okay, so we're just gonna draw a line so you see when we buy there, what happened. Okay, so January, for example, or last time when we reach around this kind of level, it's okay. But if you bought it here, you have to be super patient because it eventually came back down again. Okay, so it came back down again, and if you bought it, mm, it's okay. I would say 7 out of 10 times you will kind of be okay. Okay, but a much better way to do it is to do it at extreme grid time. Okay, so extreme field time, sorry. So when it comes to the bottom part, okay? So let's see whether you're gonna make money or not if you buy the extreme field time, which is just now it's 20, now it's 33. You saw that just now. If we come down to the bottom part where our field reaches, 5, for example, then the chat box, would you buy or sell? Or if you bought it there, would you make money or not? Yeah. And what about here's as well? This is fall of April last year when Sphere and Greek come to 3. So just remember when it's around this level, 12, 8, 9, even if it is at, let's see, okay, let me just go to here. So you can see even if it is, we at 33 now, 31 now, you see carefully, okay, let's just go to like, okay, let me just show you properly just here so you see. So around kind of this level, this is kind of there. Okay, buying it there is kind of nice. And then you have around this level. If you bought it here, you'll be a bit tricky because it did came down. Okay, this is a very good thing to look at. So you can see when the fear and greed is just, at fear time, it hasn't really reached extreme fear time when it's at 20, like what happened 2000 January 25th last year. So things just got stuck just right there. And then eventually it continues to pull back 18% of the time. So it's really important to wait for the fear and greed to go below 20 because when it's below 20, then this is it. Then you will be buying around here, this level. Then will be so much nicer. You're buying around here. This is the October, a little bit of extreme fear there. Okay. So that will be a nice time to kind of get in there. So around there, buying it there would be quite nice. Yeah. So buying it there would be quite nice there. Okay. So yeah, just make sure when the fear and greed below 20 for our apprentices and adding some positions into stocks is quite good, especially when you just dollar cost averaging. Now, well done. So a lot of people say buy, 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 buy. Let's see what happens if you actually say buy. So let's have a look. And if you are on, where are we? Let's see if it's the reality or not. So here, for example, extreme fear here, you can see November 20th and stuff like that will show you what happened to the stock price when we have fear, just November 20th. Or when we have the fear here in April times as well. Okay, April time. So if you look back into our chart, so November time will just actually be the bottom of the market here. Okay, market crash around 7%, 6%, 5% like that. Yeah, fear reach like 4, 5, 7, 8. So people who've been with me for a long time, they automatically buy it. automatically without waiting for like anything. When you see a big candle, crazy candle, volume spike up there, just automatically go and click your button. Okay. And same thing here. This is the another April time, just right there. Okay. April time. So well done for those who say buy. April time here when it's went up, when there's a spike of volume, automatically just click your button, okay? Don't wait for permission, guys. And now, what about now? Some people are like, "Ray, but what about now?" So let's have a look for real quick. Last time, the volume went to 29. So our volume hasn't really spiked to 29 just yet. So you might be very tempted to be like, oh, let me just do a little bit things. If you do a little bit things here, I would say it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Because even you buy an all-time high, it's not the end of the world. If you're patient enough, you give enough time, eventually you're gonna go up. Okay. Um, yeah, especially when you buy like index and stuff like that. Yeah, but when it comes to I would personally be adding position into some large cap, into some index and stuff like that when it's at the support just right here. Okay, is at the support right here. Now, if you remember, you only buy into some high growth stocks when the market crashed 15%. So Anne was asking a very good question. If it dropped less than 5%, 10%, I'm going to send you a video on, okay? So you know, so you refresh back exactly what to buy, what stocks to buy, and stuff like that, okay? For apprentice, I'm going to send you the video. So so you know kind of what to buy. But I'm gonna tell you when to buy first. So yeah, so that's that person that will be doing something here 100% no matter what happened, even though it might be a potential. Because every time you do something, you will be a potential for it to go lower. If you ask me properly, Ravel, how much do you think the market is gonna crash from all these shit things happen? I personally think it's gonna crash around 15% at least. So if it is 15% at least, 70 is the highest price. 15% from all-time high, 10 would just be 10% of 7,000 would be 7. So it will be 63, okay? So, even 10% crash would have gone to 63. So wow, here to here, that's crazy. Yes, that's just 10% crash. 10% crash, it would have moved all the way to July time last year. So that's where I think realistically, where it will go in, and that's if it crash like that, that's where a lot of lives is gonna change. For students who just join, that would be a really good time for you to make a lot of like life-changing money if it crash 10%. But sometimes it might not crash 10%. Okay, sometimes it might not crash 10% like that. I personally think it will crash 15, just even more than that. But sometimes it might not go all the way like that, because of, unless like some crazy things happen. But so that's kind of what happened. And Warren Buffett, for example, I know for a fact that he will not be interested in anything if it crashed less than 10%. He's not gonna be interested in. Okay. But for elite students, because you always want to let your money to work for you, especially for apprentices. So buying it, adding some position here is actually very, very good. You dollar cost averaging here. Okay. When it's at the support just right there, which is 6.5, something like that. Yeah. And at that moment, getting into large cap like Tesla, like a little bit of Nvidia, a lot of Meta, like Adobe, even Netflix and even Microsoft, even yeah, some large cap one is kind of nice. Okay. And you can get into Palantirs as well if it comes to really nice. But if it comes to this bottom part, wow, we want to get into like stocks you kind of like never hear before because they are so small, kind of like stocks. Okay, and it went up big time like that. Like, for example, if you go to Occidental Petroleum, you make like 5-10% like that. But if you get into some crazy energy stock like Battalion Oil Corporation, for example, BATL. Yeah, Battalion Oil Corporation, for example, is some very, very small companies that's just launched 5 years ago, and it went down like that. But if you all go into some crazy small oil companies like that, obviously it's come with risk, from where, let's see, smaller stocks like that, where 26th of February, and it went up from what? From 400 to 26 as well. Five times your money in a few days' time. Very small stocks, and yeah, it spike up like that if it is, smaller stocks. If you do large cap and stuff like that, life's not going to change. But if you do that as well, for students being with me for quite a long time, they kind of know, and kind of ready as well. Cool. Cool. So that's kind of what happened there. Um, so what's the point? So the point, if some really good stuff, we talk about Ethereums as well. Uh, Ethereum, if you're able to get in at just below 1.6, write that down, you got a great deal. Yeah, just below 1.6. You don't have to do everything together. You don't have to time the bottom perfectly. You can aim it a little bit. A lot of these stocks that I talk about, you kind of want to get in by the end of March. Just add it a little bit. Maybe it's going to come back down a little bit more. End of March, we never really know. And some students also talk about cattle as well. Now, let's talk about cattle real quick, okay? So, for those who want to know about the story of cattle, we talk about it quite a long time. So here is where cattle went up big time. This is like November time. And this is October time, sorry. So cattle has been going up big time because of Biden has been removing a lot of ranches, a lot of cattle farmers and stuff like that. So it went up big time. And then suddenly, inflations go up big time. Trump was coming up and say, you know what, guys, let's get cattle drop. So we shorted a lot of cattle big time just right here. This is October and November time. And how do you know the bottom happened? You kind of know the bottom kind of here by using kind of some technical analysis here. You can see a lot of support here. One support, two support, three support, four support. That's one way how you can look at it. And if you can go to hourly chart, you see there's a spike of volume suddenly. That's usually let's see, yeah, that kind of spike down. And also, I think what happened? I think there's some change of food and stuff like that. The inverse of food pyramid. So making a lot of people eating a lot of beefs, a lot of meat, a lot of carbohydrates and stuff like that. So it went up massively then or since as a pullback going in, almost reaching all-time high there. So you kind of, and then he tweeted again, things are supposed to come down, but it didn't go down immediately. It was waited for quite some time. And yeah, so it's just pull back up for people who are very patient, for people who know the discipline. Things eventually go down to our way. It did came back down as well. So it came back down as well. So where's the target and things like that is gonna be? So um because the reality of the situation is fundamentally we don't have more production of cattle, not a lot. Mexico border are still shut and stuff like that. So it's not a lot of like crazy things to tell you that cattle is gonna come down in prices. Production, he didn't really increase massively letting cattle to come in and stuff like that. Okay. So because of all of that, I wouldn't say this is a home run. It wouldn't be going down big time. And seasonality wise, yes, we talk about March is gonna come down, but the next time it's gonna come down is probably gonna be June. Let me see. Let me type live cattle. So that means that if you own some cattle, if you've been make you should be making profits by now. Okay. Then the chat box, if you close it, even though it can be a very small profits, you should be making profits by now. So you can see March, the first week is usually come down. So this is a pullback. Okay, this is in the past 20 years of average data that we are using. No one else is going to show you this strategy because you are here. So you are learning some of the most powerful trading strategy. People pay hundred thousands of pounds to learn it. Or they've gone through like 20 years of 50 years of like trading and investing and they kind of memorize it, they see the pattern and then they will be like, oh, normally this is what happened. That's kind of how I learned it initially. I've been seeing so many patterns and I will be like, wow, there must be a strategy for the pattern that always happens, historical pattern if you backtest as many years of data as possible. So that's what happened. First of week came back down. Usually it's gonna pull back. Okay, you don't want to be part of any of these pullback. So if you really want to short it, usually it happens in July time. So that means by Friday, if you make your profits or stuff like that, if you haven't closed at the profit, that's absolutely fine because he inverts the whole food pyramid and stuff like that. So it's not it's not a home run kind of trades ups and stuff like that. But yeah, close at the small profits and yeah, close your trades if you see your profits, etc. Usually, if the stock market continues to come down, live cattle will come down as well. Yeah, because eating beefs is like a luxury. When market crash, no one wants to eat beefs, usually. Um, discretionary because people have to like sell their stocks, and when they sell their stock, they sell their cattle and things like that. So that's kind of what happened here. So there's a support here. Oh, maybe they might pull back, maybe the pullback and it's coming back down. But just to be safe, yeah, closing at the profits a little bit. You can get small profits is fine. You can get in at the next one as well. Some of the stock that can be quite good is Netflix as well. And if you look at Netflix, let me tell you what happened. So Netflix was crushing it down big time because they're trying to acquire a company. Okay, they're trying to acquire a company, and suddenly the company raised their price and they say it's fine, we're not gonna get into debt to acquire the company. So Netflix has been going up since, okay, when they say that no longer acquire that company. Okay. So when the stock market comes down, S&P 500 comes down, this will normally comes down. But realistically, we talk about Netflix, the growth rate and stuff like that. It should go all the way up to all-time high. It's just taking its time. Okay. It should go all the way to all-time high. So dollar cost for apprentices, for example, dollar cost averaging on Netflix, at the bottom a little bit there is kind of fine. Yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world. Adobe. Michael Burry today comes out to talk about they want to buy Adobe, and Adobe went up around 3-4%. Adobe is at the PE ratio of 15, the lowest that you ever seen. People are so scared of Adobe. Adobe start crashing in 2000 February time because of thinking about AI is going to replace Adobe. Okay. It's gonna replace some of the Adobe, but if Adobe innovate and do some good stuff, it might not be so crazy. Okay, Adobe kind of very volatile. Last time it also crashed like that. This is 2021, 2021. Okay, this crash is because the whole market was crashing. So yeah, it's crashed like that as well, and now it crashed like that as well. Is Adobe gonna go back to all-time high? Probably not. Okay. But if it goes up to around 50% of it, it's kind of quite okay. So for apprentices, buying a little bit of Adobe is kind of okay, but you don't have to get in straight away. Um, you can get in extreme fear. Okay, extreme fear time. Okay. That's kind of what happened. And what else? Microsoft is also quite cheap as well. It's been crushed big time. So if you look at Microsoft, we are here, all-time high here, Microsoft. And now Microsoft's been crashing it at the bottom. Same thing why crashes so much because uh because of AIs as well. People no longer wants to pay for thinking they no longer wants to pay for like software. So software has been crashing big time. So the P ratio of Microsoft should be around 25 now. Yeah, doing Microsoft at extreme fears is not the worst situation. Okay, it's an okay thing. Write it down. Anything I told you for apprentices, write it down. So that's Microsoft coming back in extreme fears, or you're buying just dollar cost averaging a little bit there is kind of okay. And SoFi is also quite good. The CEO of SoFi yesterday just bought SoFi's as well. So this is SoFi. SoFi growth rate is 20% ish, very similar to like Netflix and stuff. So it's quite nice. Um, so that's kind of what happened there. Waiting for SoFi to come back to extreme fears coming back down is also quite an okay thing. Okay. This is also an uptrend. So and SoFi crashes back down from like 12, this is what, 32 to 18, almost 40% of its value, which is quite nice. Okay. So these are smaller stocks. If it goes up, it's going to go up a little bit faster as well. Okay. I've put some pending order to buy SoFi just at the bottom here. Okay. The rest of the non-apprentices, you shouldn't have bought any large cap stock. Apprentices, you should buy some large cap stock because you kind of want to let your money to work for you a little bit. For non-apprentices, because you are starting with very small capital, you want to buy some small stocks so you can grow up big time, but you can't buy small stocks straight away. So yes, the rest of the if you're non-apprentices, you don't have to write down anything that I told you other than Ethereum and probably SoFi. That's probably worth doing it. Yeah, to make some proper money. Maybe Netflix a little bit like that. But yeah, you shouldn't get your money stuck like that as well. So that's kind of what happened. And poo, poo, poo. So yeah, so I personally think if this comes back to the support to the bottom exchange field time, a lot of these stocks gonna crash even more that we talk about. Okay. If you Raven, can you give me a date where the bottom of the market is gonna happen? If I'm gonna give you an absolute date, is probably gonna be like third week of March a little bit. Okay, third week of March a little bit. Second week or third week of March, when you see the volume spike. Okay, volatility index. Let's go back to our strategy real quick just to know exactly when to buy. So extreme fear has to happen, and our VIX, our put and call ratio has to go to one. Write it down. Has to go to one. We are at a high price now, 19. It has to go to one. VIX is right now the same price as October time and stuff like that. A VIX has to go to around 40. Okay, if you really want to go in, you want to use some real money to make some money, and yeah, you want to go to 40. Okay, really important there. VIX right now is the highest that we ever seen in the past 1 to 2 weeks time. Adding some position here could be a small bottom, but not really. But a proper one would be 40. Even 30 adding in a little bit here, 40 is even better. 50, wow, you hit the jackpot. Okay. So that's kind of what happened. Um, Opening insider to see how many people are buying and selling right now in terms of the CEO of the companies, etc. If you see carefully, most people are selling it and people are starting to buy a little bit now, going up a little bit. So you already want this to cross over. Okay, you want this to cross over. It hasn't happened yet. Crossover is where the lifetime opportunity happens. Okay, lifetime opportunity happen where you no longer like have to work. Okay, so so this is okay. GPP. Hmm. Let's look at this. So last month, which is okay, it hasn't come up yet, so you can't really see what happened last month. Okay, this is crypto fear and greed, which is quite important. I would say if it comes back to, oh wow, that's crazy. So if it comes back below 10, adding some positions below 10, 5, 6 will be really nice. Below 10 will be quite nice as well. And AIM here has to come to the bottom. The last time, 16th of April. Buy or sell. Time in the chat box, 16th of April. When AIN report is at the bottom here, should you buy or sell? Let me show you an AIN report. So this is where the hedge funds and stuff like that, okay? So you see the last time where we have is around here, 35, 16th of April. Let me see what's happened even before. 1st of November, buy or sell, all of that thing. Like 25th of May. Wow, that's crazy. Here, buy or sell, buy or sell, buy or sell, buy or sell. Okay, so let me show you here. So a lot of people, so 4th of May, buy or sell, 2022. And are you gonna make money or not? Then the chat box, 28th of September, these are all the same. Are you gonna make money or not? And 1st of November, NEIM report is the hedge funds, equity exposure of all these hedge funds. And then we have one in 24th of April right there. And then we are here now. So let me show you a little bit so you can see. Can see it kind of reaches on the 18th of May and then 12th of October. So let me just show you one by one. SP5. I show you SP5 doesn't mean that you should buy SP5. There's a lot more other options for you to do. But I will show you this first. So, um, first is May, isn't it? That's during Ukraine war and stuff. So let's get May 2022. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. If you have AIM June, May here, I want to say congratulations. Using NAIM report, you have time. This is September, October, you have time a lot of the bottom for this situation. Okay, so where are we? Yeah, that one you can see here. 18th of May, you add position here. I would say congratulations. 22nd of June 2022, you add position. Congratulations. These are all the bottom of the market. So well done, guys. And this is October 25th. Now we are here. So right now you might be tempted to do a lot of stuff. But my advice for you is to, if you're not on the apprenticeship, kind of apprenticeship, and then here, that's where your life change. If it doesn't come here, your life chances are it's not going to change. When I say life change, me you no longer have to work. You're going to make some generation amount of money. Okay, you're gonna make some generation amount of money. But even if it's just at here a little bit there, well, we can still get to large cap. You will still make some money. But generation money make life changing is here. Okay, you can see it there. If you get into some really powerful stocks at this bottom, all of these at the bottom, and here April, here 7th of April is also the bottoms as well. These are all we are able to time this bottom only by using our powerful trading strategy. I will just show you just right there. Hardly anyone knows it. Okay, an AI report, really, really powerful. Measure what the hedge funds, the institutional managers are using. Widely used as a contrarian sentiment indicator to gauge how panic people are. People are not very panicked at the moment. So Bitcoin, it will usually start going up kind of middle of March. So buying a little bit of Ethereum middle of March is kind of okay, but a real going up will just be kind of October kind of time. Okay. So adding a little bit of Ethereum, if you haven't owned it yet, is okay. As you say, just below 18K, 18,000, 1800 for Ethereum. Cool. So that's kind of this is sentimental report. 25th of there. Bearish is 39. You want the bearish to go above 40 at least to buy. 39 is okay. So you're probably gonna give you the data the day after tomorrow or tomorrow. Okay. Want to be 40. 39 is not the bottom of the market. Over market, overvalue, undervalue. We want this to usually to be more than 10% will be quite nice. If you're more than 10%, don't worry about anything. Don't worry about the blood. It's on your computer, it's on your screen. As sad as it is, just click that button. Okay. When it's below 10. It might happen, it might not. But yeah, below 10 is okay. Cool. That's kind of what happened so far. And if you've done your homework, let me know. But let's have a look to see what is market screener kind of doing just right there. So I'm gonna news and then I'm gonna go to all news. And by looking at all news, people still ask me how to look through it. I'm gonna show you how to look through it. Go to all news, go to topics, equity, guidance drop. Okay, we want the guidance to drop like never seen before. Yeah. So guidance drop, guidance increase. Let's look at guidance drop first. So let's see what happened. Norwegian line expectation and the new reset. Elton bearish for sluggish outlook. Let's open it and see what happened. Best Buy weak outlook, lower expectation, low blown. We want to make sure at least 10, 20, 30% change in guidance like never happened before. Okay, so margin forecast disappoint. Let's see solar. So it's a bit withdraw long-term financial targets, Boon zero. So this is why it's so important not to chase a lot of like going up. We talk about Korea going up big time, and you can see Korea now has been dropping big time. A lot of these emerging markets is dropping big time. Remember, what goes up big is gonna come down big. So it's not about you chasing it. Because if you got in already, you'll be the same as position who got in a month ago, 2 months ago. So it's not about you chasing it. Anything goes up or normally comes down. Korea market dropped 10% today. Crazy. Yeah. So I will be interested in Korea market when it's 10, when 10K like that, coming down at least half. Because this is 100%, half will be where I will be interested in. A lot of emerging markets. So wait for the extreme fears, adding a little bit there is not the worst case situation. Now, what was I doing just now? Yeah, I was looking through this. So Bdov shares for, let's look at those. Nivea Maker, this is a cosmetic people. So let's see what's the reason. Slow sales and sluggish look 0.9 year growth on year. Momentum did not accelerate. So we kind of want to know the numbers. Book 2.4 right for the year. Flat to slightly growing. So we kind of have to see kind of what happened before, you know, and then you can click short from there. We're gonna go back, come back here. Beidorf Heath Hart. So let's have a look. This is a Germany brand. And environment already market the further losses due to oil and things. The share represent technical analysis a flat two. We want to see the guidance. We had expectation of the weak forecast. Fail to meet expectation. There's still much work to do. Continue to suffer for the weakness. A recovery is not in sight. At the group, he noted expect organic sales growth to be below. So don't really give the numbers. So you kind of have to find the numbers yourself. Yeah, because you want to see the numbers to see what percentage is the drop. Let's look at this Roblon. Previously was 10, now 0 to 20. Previously was 0, now negative. Wow. Can be quite big for this Roblon. What is this? Nivea. We've done that. Okay, let's continue. So this is Nivea. Expect revenue to be 10% lower. Wow, that's huge. 10% lower. Okay. Solar weakens, share kind do withdraws long term. Banzi reiterate. Reiterate means it's the same. Oxford Nanopore shares fall on medium revenue growth forecast cut. Some people are asking me, Muse, you're asking me why the share dropped because of this. Best Buy seen of growth, GR reset, signal material reset. Paramount Sky guidance face challenging path. CEO expect Intuit Pulse and sees 57 lower profit. That's huge. And slight lower expectation. Buy wrong. Duolingo shares drop after booking outlook lags estimate. Let's see what it says. Fitness provides earning guidance. Donaldson shares. Last year was 24. Hikma. Papa John provides sales guidance. Hikma Wider. So it's not a lot. Okay, we've gone through so many. A lot of the companies are still providing. This is why the stocks are not crashing yet, because a lot of stocks are still giving okay guidance. Okay, the guidance are not dropping. So let's say this Papa John. Papa John provides sales guidance. Expect global wide to be flat to down to low single digit. We need to know what happened before first. Hikma Pharmaceutical. Um, how do you know what happened before? You have to uh you have to what? You have to go to investor and type that, and you can see from that. For apprentices, we have a new tool that can help you to save a lot of your time. Let me review the tool for you a little bit. Let's see if I can find it. Because some people ask me, oh, Ruben, how can we use AI to make money? Let me show you then. Uh, so very simple. Like we look at the stock just now. Let me just give you an example. Two balloon shares. Um, Give me the past. Okay. So let's have a look. Let's see if this is gonna give it to you. So yeah, burn off. Give me the eight burned off. This is what we look at just now. Burned off. Let me see. Sure. Okay. Cool. Like this is bird off. We want to look at this. So this is what we're gonna do. We type it here. So you can kind of compare a little bit. Okay, let's compare. So before that was mid single digit and then mid single digit, low single digit, now flat. So we don't really have any flat before. So you'll be like, okay, I never seen this before. So we're gonna short this. So just gonna copy this and we're gonna put it on our chat here. And we're gonna go back here, bird off, and just put it here. Just click short because we never seen before. This is flat. We never seen flat. Usually is low single digit, mid single digit, and mid single digit. Okay, next one. Do 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 do. What's the next one? So we're done bird off because it's actually dropped. So Roblon. Okay, let's look at Roblon if we see it has happened before or not. Do. So let's see what's this guy saying. I'm not able to pull temporarily. Cannot access. Let's see. Why is it not able to access? Roblon to click clean. I would say try your best. I'm gonna type try your best. Because it's not based in the U, based in like, let me see. It's not based in the US, but we'll try it. We're gonna do it now. Cool. Let's look at Roblon. Let's see. Oops. Okay, that terabytes is giving me now. So before that was, let's have a look. What is it? So expect a higher activity. So, oh, it's a bit tricky. Give me in tables as well, please. Tio, you want past recording? Text me 1 hour after this training. So now what we've got here, latest guidance. So previously was what? Do we have the numbers? We have lower margin, we have improved profitability, we have this and that. Yeah. For students on the elite training, we're gonna give you this tool for free as well. This one is very expensive. It's one of the most expensive things. It's quite expensive if you add it all up together. You know, AI is very expensive. So, but we try to give you for free on the elite students if I can find it. Anyway, so or supreme students. So latest guidance, let me have a look. So we have lower margin, we have improved profitability, we have inline, we have 10 to 30, inline realized 31. So I'm just trying to see if it's big. So this is 235, now it's 200 to 240. So a little bit of a drop. Okay, flat to slightly. Okay, I'm gonna type it again. Just give me the past 12 earning guidance outlook in the table. All right, gonna say like that and see what they say. Please give me the past 12 earning guidance and see what they say. The see if it's gonna give us like properly. Do. So let's see what we've got. Downward new strategy, lower production. Oh, not very clear. Not too clear. Revenue downward, adjust, narrow. So and you can see a little bit. So this is like 21, 2223, 200 down to what? Key. Okay. Okay. If you can't find it, we do the manual way because it's not based in the US. So sometimes you can't find it, but we will do it like that. Just to compare, you want to compare to see if it is true or not. I'm gonna type investor Roblon and I'm gonna click on here and you're gonna give me all the data, go to reports, and we are going to go through here. Interim reports. Wow, what is this? Annual reports. What is happening? Announcement. Okay, let's look at this announcement. Lower the expectation for this. Let's look at this language. Insider information. They give it to you today. Insider information. So let's see if it's huge or not, this insider information. This is what I said. Insider trading is illegal, remember? This is on the week 4 training. We focus so much about guidance because it's the insider information. It's illegal information. But obviously, um, it used to be illegal. Yeah, many, many years ago. I'm trying to look for, yeah, another, this one, Roblox. This is in February though. Eliminate profits and guidance. Okay, there's a guidance here. This is in, okay, let's go. Let's open this up. But we kind of have that already. So I'm going to open another one, internal reports. Are you going to give me guidance here? Let's see if you're going to give me guidance. Maybe not. Okay, there's a guidance here. There's a guidance here. I have to download it really. Okay, let's download these things. Do. Where are we? Let's see if I can find it. So this is where it is. Revenue previously 200. The latest one, what day is this? Is now 170. Previously 10, 0. This is what it says on market screen, 0, negative 10. Okay. Now let's get what happened before that. This is before that. And let's see. 200 before was 236. So this is 45, 10, 31, 0. So it's been dropping since already. So even during December, it's been dropping. So you would have short it during December. So it's not a big deal. Roblon. I can't even find the company actually. Is it Roblon? Roblon. Yeah, the company unfortunately is not on IG. Stop price. So we can't actually do it, even if you want to do it. Roblon? Roblon? Roblox become Roblox? Really? Why Roblox become Roblox? Yeah, this one. So, yeah, we can see in December last year, it started to come down kind of already. So it's not something it has never happened before. Okay. Obviously, it's dropping. Obviously, it's dropping. So let's look at it. It's probably gonna drop until the same as what we saw, which is -10. So -10 will just drop till you kind of need the number. I don't think ChatGPT is gonna give me this. Some people ask me to use ChatGPT. Okay, let's use ChatGPT and see what happens. ChatGPT actually not gonna give me. Let's see. Roblon. Eric, well done though. Let's see if they give us. This is December 200 to 0, maintains narrow 230, 220, 210, within guidance. So yeah, can you give me numbers, please? 7 to 12. Okay. And ChatGPT, a lot of the times they give us some false number, but AI keep changing all the time. Let's see if it's getting better. People ask me how can we identify small stocks? Oh, really good questions. By going to the sector and finding the by finding a small stocks in that sector. Roblon earnings guidance. Let's see. This 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. So okay, let's say give the numbers now. 430, 230, 350, 380, 430. And the thing is we never really know whether these numbers is correct or not. So what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to find a price target, guys. So let me show you. Now, it says here the price is going to be 170. So if I'm going to short now, when it comes, I will want to find how long would I short it for. I will short it when I see 170 on the previous earning guidance, that's the price that I will stop shorting. Okay. Like for example, it says 0 here, EBITDA, and EBIT -10. So I will go back in time to see that there's 0 and -10. So if there is, that means it will continue to go down then. Okay. Roblon. Unfortunately, I can't find this stock on IG, but you can see, right now, that means 2023 here, it will continue. It should go lower than a lot of the things that we see before, 2024. So if it is lower than the revenue here, these guys should go down even lower than this person. Okay, just so people often ask me, Raymond, where's the target profits? So if you want to short here, you want to make sure the revenue, which is -10, is lower than the revenue kind of here. Okay. If it is lower, then it will continue to go down. Otherwise, it might be tricky. This is interesting. Okay. Just to show you how to find um the guidance, the target profits for a stock. So let's try another one. We've got Beidou, we've done that. Roblon. Yep, so that's what we see for Roblon. Okay, that's what we see for Roblon. To get all the numbers for Roblon, how do we get on? Okay, and the investing.com is going to give us all the numbers for Roblon. Actually, let's click Roblon and see where, if we short there, where would be our targets? Income statement. 246. So we want to go all the way back 246. Look at the quarterly. So let's say 69, but it says it's dropping a little bit. So 69 should be lower. 890, 70, 100, 70, 82, 95. -4 here. Yeah, -4 is the bottom of that at that time. So, if revenue is not -4, maybe we're not gonna go to like 2024 bottom. Okay, you can see there's a bottom here. Let me show you real quick. In five, yeah, there's a bottom 2024 here. This is -4 in terms of revenue. Our revenue are not negative yet. Okay, so you might not reach the bottom there. Okay, so I'm not gonna show this as of right now. Revenue. But where do I see the numbers now? Yeah, because I was looking at this number is 69 and the lowest is 4.2. So in order for my price to go to the bottom of 2024, this has to be like negative, even bigger than that. Okay, cool. Let's have a look. Barry say, growth is growth is okay. Let's see if you know how to use it. Growth is a lot on imaging. Let's see. But things keep changing all the time. I don't believe stock, will uh AI will find you stocks like that. You kind of have to give some context and criteria. That means you kind of have to do what you want, like what we are doing right now. We compare and contrast like that. Okay. Cool. It's not so powerful yet. Nivea, let's look at Nivea. Maybe you can show this Nivea. Believe. I think we've done this already. Okay, we've done this already. Synetics, let's look at Synetics. Can we short this guy? So I'm gonna click open this. Let's use 2AI tool right now to see what it says. Give me the past 12 earning guidance or outlook. See what they say. Then we go in here and they try it one more time. We'll see what happens. So this is 10% lower than 2025. Mid-single. This is double-digit growth. Acceleration, solid performance in board revenue growth, positive. So everything looks quite okay. We never really have things come down like that. So it might be saying some things we never seen before. We might be able to short it. Let's go what ChatGPT says. So it's 10% lower and absence of one gaming contract. Okay. And then this is revenue 68. This is what? 35. This is 55, 36. Didn't really see. Can you give the same parameters, please? So we can compare it properly. Okay. Because giving very different numbers here. Well, this is a bit clearer. Mm, okay, let's type. Can you give the numbers, please? Rather than just saying like positive momentum, revenue growth, and all of that, nice to give the numbers. So they give some numbers 17%, 35%, positive revenue, sustainable, and all of that. So they give the reasons is because they miss out one contract. Okay, from a so is your numbers here? So 17 growth, 22 inline, 68 further acceleration, double digit growth, 10% lower. It's still growing, but it's just 10% lower. Mid-single digit margin, 3 to 4. Normalize, what's the margin? Mid-single digit, mid-single. Normalize, you don't really know the margin in line with expectation. Give me, yeah, margin. Eric, maybe you're not very good in finding guidance. Maybe you need some hand-holding apprenticeship training just to find where is the guidance properly. Because I think you're finding the outlook, you're finding the result that's already done. But well done for trying. So November here. So gross margin. So you can see the gross margin is 38, 42, 40. Okay. Can you give me the gross margin for the earning guidance and outlook like that? Do. Okay, it didn't really say the guidance. Okay, that's fine. 39, 42, 42, 41, 40, 40. This is already happened. This is not a forward guidance. This has already happened. Okay. All right. And because it still dropped quite a lot, so we might still short this guy. Let me see what is that. Synthetic. Because revenue 10% lower. That's a bit fake. It's a bit fake. You know, basically the way we make money is by looking for things that's never happened before. Synthetic PLC. Let's do it. And I'm gonna copy this like this. Okay. Cool. Let's go to the next one to see if we can find anything. What is this? Synthetic done that. UK nanopores. Let's look at this for a second. Oxford expect to grow 21 down from the previous 30. So 21, 30 is a drop, but let's see though. Let's see. Do. Gonna copy these again. Let's do that on chat. Let's see what chat is gonna say. Awesome. Eric, you're doing really well. Now it's the ability to find the past 10 guidance. Good. So let's see this. This is for Oxford Poll. So usually it's 30, growth 198, mid-teen 196, 10, 15, 193, 20, and then 23, 223, 30, now 21. Okay, let me see it has ever dropped like this before, okay? Um, so long-term profitability, loss making, negative, loss narrowing, EBITDA loss, is that all losing, loss narrowing, profitability still later and target, EBITDA break even target, profitability still later. Hmm. Okay, let's look at ChatGPT. Okay, this is ChatGPT. Let's look at this guy. So 40 high teens, 15 double digit growth, mid 20, strong growth, slightly ahead, always 20, 30. So now it's become 20. 20 is still okay. If it is 10, then we can short this big time. But it's still growing at 21. Yeah. Even though previous was around 30. So you can see here. This is why it's important to do it the manual way so you can compare very fast. You know what happened and stuff like that. Because previously it was 30 and now it's 21. Okay. Do it one more time. Okay. Let's see. Cool. So that's what happened. It's actually 30, isn't it? They changed it to 20. March to March to. This is January. Yeah, they're not giving me properly. So let's type it one more time. Give me the past latest stuff, you know, sequential manner. Do. Yeah. Okay. Mm, so let's continue. So this is 30 to 20. 20 is still quite good. Okay. It's not the worst. Muse was asking me why grow 20, the stock still come down. Because you have to compare what happened in the past. Okay, like a salary, yeah? Really good. Say revenue growth will be 20, we're down 12 in terms of a revenue growth as well. Fiscal loss 86, smaller than the previous loss. Yep, losing less money. Can we short this? It's not big enough. Okay. Potentially you will still can make money, but it's not big enough. Paramount Dance, let's look at this. Paramount Dance challenging path owing to a drag in legacy TV, while a potential deal will give the company a major global, will drive significant cost cutting visible. Update estimate low reflect lower cost. Firm expect 3.54 in while 2000 was lowered to 35, 3.5. So it's a very small difference. 3.6 to 3.5, a bit small difference. So we can't short them. Let's look at this. Expect 57 decline according. So 57% decline. So we might be able to short this. Power Sang International. So let's do the same for this. Please give me the earning guidance for this. We still have to do it manually just to compare because the numbers are can be very, very wrong. Shouldn't be too wrong. Let's see. So, let's start from the bottom. Gradual sales, slow recovery, decline. Expect revenue recovery 99 billion, stability 10 billion, low to mid single digit growth, low to mid single or decline. Year to date 9, 12, now 17. What's happening here? Profit 211, weak consumer. Mm. Okay, let's look at this. Do. I thought I did it. Okay, this one. So it is from 1.719, 1.74, and 17. Year from year, from 18 billion, dropped 10% of this. Another challenging. So it looks like it dropped before. Last time it's dropped around 32.5 as well. Yeah, now it's dropped around 7.2. So it's not like we have never really seen this before January. Actually, if it's January 2026, you know, that means it just happened recently. So we might be able to short this. So it's not super clear. If you draw it properly, you will see a much clearer one. Let's have a look. Profit half year over year. Profit margin decline. Profit under pressure. Profit stabilizing. Profit improving. So there are a lot of crazy things already happened in the past. Potential. Pao Sang International. This could be a potential short. Let's see. Let's see what's the price now. Okay, so kind of all the lowest in history. Cool. Let's go to the next one. Duolingo. For the full year, expect 1.27 below estimate of 1.39. That's very similar. So we would have done that. We would have showed this. Exponential fitness. Let's see. Expect 267, 260. What about the one before? Let's do it. Do. Let's press on that. Mm-mm-mm. Cool. Let's see. Let's have a look. We've got what? 260, 83, 83, not very clear, not very clear. A lot of numbers. 30, 35, 35, 48, 40. Not too clear. Let's get this. If it is clear. A little clearer. Let's see. 200, 200, 280, 290, 300, 3 times 315, 320, 315, 300, 300. Not very much down. So we can't show that. Yeah, we want to be like big down. So this way it went down and then you can back up after. Hikmah, that's the last one. Let's see if we can short this. I think some people try to do it. Do the same for this, please. Where is the guide? Do. Let's see. What is this? So we've got 720, 730, 730, 730. So we're trying to see it's never happened before. It has to drop so big. So 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 8, that's good. Okay. You want to be like, you know what? It's actually dropping. Let's see this. 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 8, 3, 2, 4. So revenue was dropping here. Core 73720. Injectable margin 27, branded 6 to 8. Okay, we have to do it manually here. Let's do it manually, okay? So we can just see the numbers, so you can see how the numbers happen. You just type that. If you don't see the number, you're gonna be tricky. Result. It's gonna result. We're gonna click on view summary. Let's click on that. Let's click on that. Let's click on that. This is a full year. You want like quarterly. Where is the quarterly guidance? Home, latest news. We open that. Notice of result, announce. Maybe this is not in the US. How do I see all results? Recent results. Recent results. Anyway, let's see what they got. 26th of Feb, they are giving us the guidance of outlook 2 to 4, core 720 to 770. So on AI, they're giving us 2 to 4, 720 to 770. That's good. Perplexity 720 to 770, 2 to 4. Okay, that's fine. And the 7th of August last year, this guy is giving us what? Let's see. Revenue 4 to 6, 730 to 770. Very similar. 4 to 6, 730 to 75, 770. Can you see the numbers actually change like that? 730 to 770. 730 to numbers change. This one 730 to 75. Okay. Very similar. Or Titan from 730 to 770. Okay, I give you a they give you a little bit more detail. Okay, that's okay. Let's do another one. Let's do this. This is gonna be 26th of February. Because you're trying to compare salaries and trying to see if it's biggest or lowest. 4 to 6. So we've got, do we see 4 to 6? They don't put the word 4 to 6 anymore. They use some other crazy metrics. Here is gone crazy. April, I think, is here. Yeah, April, no? 4 to 6, yeah. So only here they give it properly. So this one, they give it nicely on the perplexity. So 4 to 6 is nice. And then 730 to 770. This is April, which is what we saw here. 730 to 770. So perplexity is so much nicer. So 464624 is a drop. And then from 730, 730, 720 is also a drop. The question is, have we seen drop like that? Probably not yet. This is probably the first drop that we have seen, okay? But let's do a little bit more, okay? 3 day result is not good enough. Let's do a little bit more. So we've done that. Let's click this and let's click that and let's click that. So we've got the one in February. Now it's August. February. Let me see, look at the date. If you announcing, there's a bit weird. Let me see here. This is February. Wow, it's also quite weird. Well, I'm looking at these just now. February 46730. So the date, yeah. 26th of February. And is date. Give me the exact date release, please. We were trying to like see which is which, isn't it? So let's get the exact date. Maybe it's easier like that. Ooh. So the one that we've got just now, 2446, and this is a 46. This is the exact 24th of April. And then another February 46 as well. Okay, this is okay. Reaffirm, so it's exactly the same. Reaffirm means it's the same. Reaffirm is the same as the one previously. So these two are the same. Updated, provided, reissued. Okay, they didn't give the numbers at the back. So we kind of have to probably do it again, okay, independently. But let's see. So this is February. We've got that. It's 730,770. 2426. Let me show you how to read it because you need to know how to read it. So that's why we got April, February. Let me see. This is what? Let me see. February 25th. Hmm. So give me the date. 25th of February. When is that? It's the same here as well. Okay, it's fine. March here. Yeah, these are the same. February 25th, they put it as March. Okay, that's you can call it the same. And then we've got, this is why it's so much better to do it like that, one by one. 8th of August. So you go through 8th of August, which is be here, 57700. Let's see if it's true. 5 to 7 and then 700. It's a bit weird. This is 6 to 8. Okay, let's see if there's a 6 to 8 there. 6 to 8 is there. This is April 2024. 6 to 8, August. It mixed up a little bit there. And let's go to one. February 4 to 6. You know, 4 to 6. Yeah, the bottom part is a bit weird in terms of this AI. And then 3 of August, 3rd of August, 7 to 9. Generally expect close previous guidance. 7 to 9. Low double digit. Okay, yeah, the bottom is fine. It's getting a little bit weird when it comes to the bottom. So you kind of have to like, rather than 12 quarters, maybe do 4 and then do like ask him to keep doing 4, 4, 4. Maybe a bit easier. It's too much work for this person. So let's see. So this 2 to 4 is probably the lowest that we ever seen. We never really see anything like 2 to 4 growth, revenue growth like that. Okay. 720 is it the lowest we ever seen? They don't really have a number, but let's see the number here. The number here is 660 to 700, and then 700 to 730, and 730 to 770, 730 to 770, 720 to 7. So it's not a huge thing. Okay. Let me show you again now. 720, isn't it? Now previously was around what? 730. And then previously was what? 730. Right? It's almost very similar. So let's go back to market screener again. Hikmah. Let's see. So let's read it carefully. We might revise. Sales was down, sales increased. Management guidance for the 2 to 4 and 720. Previous was 741. This is a result. Okay, this is a result. This is not the guidance. Outlook before. Okay, let's see this. Actual guidance. Before was 4.6, now 2.4. Before was 7.30, now 7.20. A little bit drop. Branded post was healthy, injectable leadership impact. The price crashed as the week. We may revise downwards and we might have a positive recommendation. A minimum could only start when capability to develop biosimilars, which are fast growing and high margin product. Okay. So, realistically, this is quite a these things do drop if you look at it carefully. Things do drop 730 to 720. Things kind of do drop, but it's just not so big, and you have to do a lot in terms of things like that. If you're already in RuPaul, you can continue to stay in. When did you get in though? Yeah, if you're already in, you can continue to stay in. But the best time to buy is during extreme kind of fear time. Eventually, oh, if you go in, okay. So if you go in like 3 weeks ago, if you're on profits, then that's fine. If you're on profits, then it's fine. Yeah, then you can sell them. If you're not in profit, then you can stay in because a lot of this index eventually is going to go back to all-time high anyway. And if it is not, then then stay in. Depends on how much cash you've got for the next one. Cool. So that's it for today. And hope you guys learned something new. So it's really showing it's important to plot it yourself as well as doing it. So do it these two, Synity and PLC. If you are new, doing a demo and kind of see how things goes. Okay. And check the seasonality a little bit if you want to know when to sell them or when to take them out. Okay. So markets are doing Let's see. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like a forward person, okay? If you want to know what happened to market, look at Bitcoin and a lot of things are gonna help you here. So I am interested to get into crypto. Crypto right now is 6.8. I will be interested when it's like around 6.2. Okay. During extreme fear time, get into a little bit of crypto around 6.2. I wouldn't get into Bitcoin, I'll get into like the smaller bits to make a little bit more, but not so small that it's just get a bit weird unless you've done some research about the super small one already. Yeah. Cool. So that's kind of what happened. And stay tight. And, you know, yeah, just remember when you see the worst news that you never seen before, volume spike like that, that's the time for you. Okay? Waiting for the volume spike. Volume hasn't really spiked anything as of now-ish. Okay. Cool. Be patient, be disciplined a little bit, and take it from there. The stock that I'm asking to buy is mainly for apprentices. For the low level VIP students, you actually don't have to buy anything. You actually don't have to buy anything because yeah, it's best to get into apprentices so you know how to track them, how to monitor your trade, when to buy and when to sell, etc. That's a lot better. Awesome. So Lena and Horton, yes, you can still continue to hold them. Eventually, it's gonna go up to the price that you want eventually if you already own them. You're welcome. Can you take a look at Nvidia? Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia is the same. You have to wait for kind of like extremes as well. Okay. So Nvidia is not going to make you rich, by the way. Buying Nvidia is not going to change your life. You're just going to put your money and stay stuck because, you know, yeah, you're just going to get stay stuck. Even you get to buy Nvidia at what? 163, you're going to make a little bit there. Bizarre. You can. It's not the bad. It's not the worst. Only if you're on the elite students, then you can buy Nvidia. If you're not on the elite students, that means your money is not so much. So like it's not gonna be massive. But well done though. Well done. Should we buy BCAP? Yeah, you can, man. Can we look at Sprout Pharma? Okay, let's get Sprout Pharma. Sprout Pharma. Anything you want me to look at? Let me know now. Oh, Sprout Pharma is very interesting. Let's look at them. So I'm going to use this because it's very small stock. So give me the past 8 earning earning guidance for Sprout Pharma. What will happen to gold? What will happen to with the price? Good question, Christian. How are you doing? So well done on that as well. So gold, I personally, gold and silver will continue to come down, literally. Any opportunity that keeps going higher and higher is just a coming down opportunity. So let's say if gold went up to all-time high, whatever. And yeah, like here, it's just a coming down opportunities, no matter kind of what happened. Yeah. It's not a time, it's gold is not an investment. It can be an investment at 440. Okay, if it comes back to like November last year, 3 months ago, then I will be interested. 40. Okay. That is five bit too overextended. Okay, let's look at this farmer a little bit. So this farmer was, what is it? The guidance number. Don't really give us any numbers. Micro pressure, smaller stores, February 19. Diluted EPS. Oops. Let's see. 7, 1, 3, 8, 4, and 8. Not very clear. Given the past 8 earning guidance. Let's use this. Let's see again. Mm. Earnings. Past eight earning guidance. Okay, let's look at this. So this is 10, this is 11, this is 1, this is 12, 14, 2, 12. Earning guidance 5, 1, 5, 4, 49. What does this stock do? What does the stock do? Like, what does it do for living? That's what I'm asking. So expect to increase 39, 40 year over year. Previous was 1, now is 5. If they are serious, okay, let's look at this. They don't really give me the numbers properly. What does it do? Let's look. Mm, do. Or I have to click it by yourself. Why do you talk about this stock though? You need to let me know. Kimpolta. Let's see. Diluted EPS. Give me the numbers, please. Is it because the guidance is so big? If it is, then we can pull the numbers out one by one if you've done it already. Let's see. So I think it could be because the numbers is big because it went from 2 to 9. That's like 5 times, 500 times. So your money can grow 5 times. But I'm not so sure if this is quarterly or full year. So if this is full year, 5 to 5 is increase. That's good. 8 to 9.2 is also increase. So let's look at the full year again. Previous was 5, now 5, 5.25. Um, it is an increasing thing. It's not going down. So that's okay. If you own it, then you own it because it's not going down. Okay. The guidance wise. Let's see. What stock price? What do you think? US crude oil. I mean, what do we do with it? Bruno, if you own US crude, what do you do with it? Um, Buying crude oil, they kind of charge you a lot of money. So it's much better to buy individual stocks like the Occidental Petroleum that we talked about previously. Alvin, you can contact me on WhatsApp. Can we look at Sprout Farmer? Mata.to. Okay, let's go at Mata.to. Do the same for Mata.to. Full year increase to 48%. Okay, nice. That really doesn't really say that. So let's see. Let me click on that. And that is our beautiful sprout farmer market. Let's see what's going on. Sprout farmer market. Let's search for it. Always a US stock. Awesome. Then go to news. All news. Cool. So we have on the 19th that earnings stack. And before provide earnings guidance, let's get this. Yeah, for the quarter, expect A. For the year, expect that comparable sales growth. Okay, this is for the year. So we kind of have to know what happened before. Hmm. This is easy because it's a US stock, so we can do it manually. Let me show you how to do it manually. So click on that, type investor. We're going to open all of that. And then we're going to click on that. Good night, Sean. Let's click on press release. First one. And reported earning quarter on October. Yeah, let's click on that. Let's see if we have more. This is October and this is July. February, let's see what we've got here. We got -3, full year outlook 4.6, 4.5. And what else do we have? Previously was 0. 14. Outlook 2025. 4.5. Net sales 4.5. Net sales growth 14. 14. And this one was also 14. It's a bit weird. What day is this? We are result confident. Comparable sales growth -1 to -1. Comparable sales is 7. When is this? February 19. Well done. Well done for showing this. Okay, let's go into it a little bit in detail. So, the previous one, this is full year, okay? This is Q1. They give you a full year, they give you Q4. They give you a full year, they give you Q3. So let's look at just the full year for now. Full year boosted to 8.7. Full year boosted to 8.7. Full year boosted to 9.2. So it's an increase in revenue, okay? So that's we saw in terms of revenue there. Full year highlight. Eat beef though. First and we are please. All of that. It's the same company. Sprout. Okay. EBITDA 675. Did you give me the number? Let's see. Farmers was -3 and A not really saying 1.66. Let's see what they get the number from. 1.66. Let's go F 1.66. They are giving me the first quarter outlook. That's the 1.66. Let's see. That's the first quarter. Let's see where do we get 5.28. You go on here and you Google 5.28. So that's the number 5.28. Okay. So let's see where they get the number of 9.2 billion from. Let's see, 9.2. 9.2 billion. Okay, can't really find 9.2 billion. 9.2 and 9.4, 6.5%. Oh, I think they do the calculation. 6.5%, 4.5. Okay, makes sense. Okay, makes sense. They do the calculation. So February 19, the growth was 4.5 to 6.5. So how do they get the number 9.5? and all of that, they was adding it themselves. Okay, 4.5 to 6.5 is the growth. Okay, right? They give the numbers. This is the number, so they were adding it themselves. Okay, so this table is beautiful then. So let's look at it carefully one more time. Um, Let me show you how to read this table. Okay, it can be a bit confusing, especially for beginners. So I type it here. Give me the past eight guidance quarters for this company. Okay. And then remember, we only talk about the full year is more important. They give both, but we just look at the full year. Now, the full year, it says here 9.2, 9.4. This is the revenue. And EPS is 5. So so this is it. So and then you want to compare before so you can see whether the thing goes up or not. So 8.7, 9.2. So it's an increase. Okay. This 5.15 to 5.25 is also increase. So that's okay. You increase, but 2 doesn't mean anything. You want to look at another one before. So let's do another one. This is full year result. Okay. So before that was 8.7. So they don't give us a number anymore. They don't calculate like that beautifully. So 5. So it's a trend. 5 to 5.15 to 5.25. So it's an increasing trend here, like Nvidia. It's an increasing trend. So 0.45 and 2 like that. So it's an increasing trend. It's beautiful. Yeah, so it's an increasing trend. So let's see. Sprout Farmer, Sprout. It's not like never happened before. For things that is increasing in trend, we normally buy them at extreme fear. Okay? Because they're increasing in trend, they are yeah, they are normal. So I will be interested in this at extreme fears as well. So let me go to finviz.com to look at what's the growth rate. You look at this growth rate of the company is kind of less than 10, I think. Let's see. Sprout Farmer. Yeah, you can see the growth rate of this company is around 5, around 6, around 7, like that. Okay. Um, yeah. I personally think it's been doing well recently because we now, especially US, focus on agriculture first. Focus a lot about agriculture, growing your own crops, eating real foods, growing your own farm. So recently it's been going up, but yeah, otherwise it's coming down. But well done for spotting this. And yeah, you can try and see kind of how it goes. Awesome. Full year increase to 48%. Text me the link where you say it's increased to 48%, then we will have a look. Waste management is nice, and I love waste management. Bill Gates own a lot of waste management. Um, we also own a lot as well. We also own a lot of that as well. Um, but it's best to buy an extreme fears as well. Can you take a look at AST Space Mobile? Okay, let's have a look on that. I was looking at Metador. Let's look at Metador first. Hi, Neil. Hope you're doing really well. Metador is here. So let's get Metador. Metador was to tell me the reason why you want to look at it as well. 11381 natural gas 5. Mm, though this is 1915 oil production, total production. It's okay. Nothing kind of special from what I look at kind of here. But it looks like this is an oil company, so it should be reacting very similar like Occidental Petroleum. Let's see. Daily. Yep. So is since November, it's been going up like that. Yeah, very similar. So for any oil companies, you have to look at oil seasonality. If oil comes down, this guy is done. Okay, very similar. Occidental Petroleum, Shell, any kind of oil companies, they act almost very similar way. When one comes down, everything will comes down as well. And we asked a lot of us. We talked about oil company kind of 2 to 3 weeks ago as well. Next one to look at will be you want us to look at what? ASD space. Let's see. Let's do the same. These as well. Airline companies, well done. Airline companies is too short. Yeah. Temporarily. You can look at the news, not news, look at what happened before in the past and kind of see during wars kind of what happened, but it's very temporarily. So let's get airline companies for a second. So I thought we look at some airline companies in the past. Okay, let's ask our AI to tell us now. Give me the earning guidance of all recent give me the recent earning guidance for all of the airline companies. Let's see if any guidance actually dropped. If the earning guidance already dropped before Iran, then we can short them. So Delta Airline was plus. Okay, we need to compare and contrast. So they didn't really give us any comparison. Give me all of these airlines companies recent earning quarters. Recent earning uh, guidance compared to the previous. Give me all the reason. Most recent earning guidance compared to the previous earning guidance. Anyone guidance is decreasing. Which company wise is decreasing? All right. How about airlines? Okay, let's look. We're going through just now a lot of these airline. Don't really see anything. So most of them are raised. Most of them are raised lower, and slightly raised. Yeah, most of them are kind of raising. So five. What is it? Decrease? No, 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 no. Okay. So this temporarily thing might not kill them so much. Delta Airline was green, was going up. And what else? United Airline. Uh yeah, wasn't going down big time. You know, our Meituan was going down even crazier. That we recommended a few weeks ago, like a rocket. Or Rabbit, whatever that is. Fenby was also going down like crazy. It's going down like crazy. Okay, awesome, awesome. Well done for trying. Well done for thinking outside of the box. Yeah, really good. Cool. That's it for now. Hope you guys learned something new today. And stay tight. And yeah, so excited for our for all of you. So let's see who is here. We have RJL, we have Ali, we have Arwinta, we have Armin, we have Barry, we have Bruno, we have Carlo, we have Carmen, we have Davey, we have Donata, we have Amy, we have Eunice, Evelyn, Jack, we have James, Beautiful, we have Josh, Nice, we have Kay, we have Kenny. Kenny was saying something. Let's see what Kenny says. Thank you. Love the first viewing pattern so clear now. Well done. Lance, we have Laura, we have Leo, we have Lizzie, we have me, we have Miki, we have Masaka, we have Michelle, Neil, Nora, Patrick, Rachel, Neil, Rob, RuPaul, Sam, Sharon, Stan, Teo. Two-door, you made it. Well done. Awesome, guys. Hope you learned something new and keep it up. And Jack say thanks. You're welcome. Leo say thanks. Excellent session hours. You're welcome. Awesome. Janos, Toy. Good night, Leo, and British Airways. Awesome. Um, in terms of flights canceling, look, mm, it's only for a few weeks or a few days. Might not be such a big deal. Yeah, because most of the lead came out. But very good, very good. You're welcome, Mickey. Awesome. So excited for our apprentices. Sit tight and yeah, wait for the right time. Text me if you need help. I just say exchange here. Click the button when we reach there. See you.